All right, last example for lateral area and surface area of pyramids. Again, always identify the base when you're dealing with these shapes. Here's our base down here, and we can see the vertex of our pyramid is up there. So we're going to find the lateral area first. That's the formula 1/2 times the perimeter of your base times the slant height. So on this one, the perimeter of our base, we want to look at our base. We've got 12 and 12, and then here's the side back here that they didn't label for us. So is there any way for us to figure out how long that side should be? Well, we're not told, even though it looks kind of like a right angle, we're not told that this is a right angle, so we can't assume that we can use Pythagorean theorem. But what we do notice is from the vertex going down, each of these segments forming your pyramid is congruent. So if these segments going down to each vertex of your base are congruent, then that means that each side of your base will also be congruent. So that side in the back is also a 12. So the perimeter of our base is 12 plus 12 plus 12, or 12 times 3, which is 36. So lateral area is equal to 1/2 times our perimeter of 36. Now we need our slant height. Well, I don't see the slant height on here at all. Remember, slant height is going from your vertex down to the center of that edge, forming a right angle. We are going to redraw that triangle down here and see if we can figure out what the slant height is. So here is that right angle. There's our slant height that we don't know. This edge of 12, we cut that in half, so that's going to be a 6, and then that 10 is the hypotenuse of this triangle we just drew. So I see some even numbers. I'm going to try to divide by 2, see if we've got a triple. This becomes a 3, that becomes a 5. Oh, yep, that's a 3, 4, 5 triple, which means our missing side is 4. But don't forget, we have to multiply it by 2 so that we get a slant height of 8. You could also do Pythagorean theorem with this. All right, so 1/2 times 36 times 8 is going to give us 144 units squared. All right. Next, we need the surface area. Surface area is your lateral area plus the area of the base. Remember, lateral area, if they had asked us only to find the surface area, we would be doing all of this work right here for that lateral area. So either way, you got to know the lateral area to get a surface area. So our lateral area is 144. We just did all the work for that. Plus, now we need the area of our base. Well, our base, let's talk about that for a second. We said all 3 sides were congruent, right? And they're all 12. So what kind of triangle is this? Well, you say this is an equilateral triangle. So how do you find the area of an equilateral triangle? Remember, that's going to be your side squared. I'll go ahead and plug in. Our side is 12. Divided by 4 times the square root of 3. I don't know why I'm writing that at an angle, but that's okay. All right, 12 squared is 144. Divided by 4 times the square root of 3. 144 divided by 3, or excuse me, divided by 4 is 36 square roots of 3. So if I come back up here to the area of the base, that's what we just found, because our base was a triangle. And because it was equilateral, we used that formula. If this was not an equilateral triangle, we would have done 1/2 base times height. All right, so the area of our base we just found to be 36 square roots of 3. Okay, we are adding these, but they're not like terms. They both would have to have that square root of 3 for us to put these together. So that means that is our surface area. Even though it looks a little bit weird, that's okay. And just make sure you put your units squared on that. So 144 plus 36 square roots of 3 units squared.